on today. And get your pen and paper out and get your Twitter fingers ready, because we're going to do just a few definitions. And whatever our daddy say is whatever our daddy say after that. Y'all ready? I wasn't even supposed to come on today, but I heard a word, and I heard it yesterday, and then I heard it again. It's called God Is by Kanye West. Or Ye West. Whatever his name is. Ye, I don't know. Everybody want to change their name. Amen. Okay. So, with that, good morning, Mariah. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Okay, are we ready to do some definitions? Like, are you guys ready? It's Monday, but let's get those minds going, okay? Are you guys ready? Because that's what we're going to do. Good morning, everybody. That's what we're going to do. I should have just sent this over here, but I didn't. I'm expecting a very important call, y'all, here in a minute. Well, not in a minute, but in the next couple of hours. So we on here, and I just have to go. I didn't hang up on y'all, but I'm going to have to take that call. Okay. Is y'all ready? Because simple things lead you to crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ready? Okay, so the first word I need you to look up is, or couple statement, whatever, double-handed. And then tell me what double-handed not means in the dictionary, but what is double? When you hear of double-handed, what do you think about? Good morning, everybody. When you think about double-handed, what do you think about? Is it a good feeling or a bad feeling when you hear the word double-handed? Double-cross, theft, greed. Ooh. You think about even-handed, okay? A bad feeling. So when you think about double-handed, you think about bad feeling, right? So that is the word that's been coming in my untrustworthy. Exactly, right? But let's go look up the definition of double-handed. Can y'all go look up the definition of double-handed? Tell me what it means. Made to be lifted or held with two hands. Now, one of the synonyms of double-handed, here we go. Y'all ready? Ooh. Is ambidextrous. So I need y'all to go tell me the definition of ambidextrous. Oh, here we go, family. Here we go. That's all I'm going to say. What is the definition of ambidextrous? There's a couple. Look up the synonyms, for ambidextrous. Look up the synonyms for ambidextrous, please. Y'all see them? Disassembling. There should be more. Go to the Webster's Dictionary and look it up, or to it. Oh, y'all not seeing them yet. Y'all not ambidextrous. Oh, deceitful. Thank you, Nathan. Who knew that ambidextrous meant deceitful? Double dealing. Ooh, devious. Ooh, yeah, my blow. I had it too. Hypocritical, duplicity. Deceptive, deceitful, and disingenuous. You ain't even genuine. Huh? Sneaky. Who knew that ambidextrous meant that? Now look, in our society, if you can use two hands to do everything, you're like almost worshipped. But the true definition of ambidextrous is sneaky, deceitful, which means your hand gonna be in both pots. I was today years old too, Pumpkin. Because double-handed, I'm like, that means deceitful. Now, that just really means using two hands or two people. But ambidextrous means your hands is in the good pot and the bad pot. Who knew? Do you see how powerful words are? So when you calling a person ambidextrous, you could be calling them deceitful, dishonest, disingenuous, all of the, ooh. You said, child, I just got here. Yes, baby. Look up the definition of double-handed and then look up the synonyms to ambidextrous. You hear me? You said, let me go ahead and get my body yarn because I know it's coming. Ooh. I was just reading about lukewarmness this morning. Ooh, pumpkin. And let me tell you what's crazy, Tatiana. So, CERCA takes steaming hot baths where you can barely breathe when you sit down in them. It's almost boiling water, is what I've heard from the men that have been in my life. They say it will, like, boil your skin off. Most women do take really hot baths. I know I do. Right? So, the other day, I noticed that the bubble bath that I use, if I put cooler water, the bubbles bubble up. I know that's a chemistry thing. Because most kids like bubbles or whatever. Most people don't take, like super hot, like where you can't breathe, right? So they formulated to what most people will use, which is probably somewhere between 86 and 90 degrees as far as hot, right? Okay. Good morning, Auntie. Good morning, Ash. So the bubbles, they get bigger with the cooler water, right? They get bigger. They do. They just bubble all up with the cooler water. It's not cold, but warm water. They get bigger, okay? So CERCA was starting my bath water, put the bubbles in there, switched it around so it could start to bubble up. And I was like, you know what? Instead of waiting to the end to put the hot water, I'm going to start putting the cool water in first. Just a little bit to get these bubbles up. Then I'll put the hot water in because my hot water heater is set on hill. So with that, okay, listen. I forgot that cool water was on. And more than half of my bathtub filled up with cold, like lukewarm water. So even when I added the hot water in there, it was like a little kid bath. Right? And I thought about, I don't like lukewarm water to bathe in. If I'm going to take a cold shower, I want it to be cold. And if I'm going to take a hot shower, I want it to be about to burn my skin off. Lukewarm don't even feel like you get clean in that. I was sitting in there all uncomfortable. Yes, Jay. Oh, you took the words out of my mouth. I'm like, oh, it's not hot. It's not cold. It's just like if you want to be in a pool, you don't want the water to be hot. And if you want to be in a hot tub, you want the water to be hot. You still feel dirty with lukewarm. Now, let's look up the spiritual definition of lukewarm. Please and thank you. I hope y'all screenshotting these definitions. Whenever we go look them up, I hope you screenshot it because it's always for something. We all crazy over here. Listen, ain't no in between. You love a hot bath. Come on now. Sitting in the come on. Reminds me of a jail shower. Girl, what you read? Listen. This is why CERCA don't mess with the peoples. And it's cold in here. And I got these old drawers on that got holes in them, and ain't no real socks, ain't no t-shirt under here, and you about to give me a blanket that's this big to cover. Baby. Listen, I don't want to do it. I don't want no problems, okay? A liquid that should be hot or moderately warm or tepid, okay? Lacking conviction, half-hearted. There we go. Boom. That's what I was looking for. Ooh, half-hearted. Indifferent mean I don't care either way. You can sin or not sin. Ooh, half-hearted is the word I'm looking up. What we want. Whatever is in your heart, you gonna do it. Whatever is in your heart, you gonna do it. Here we go. Whatever is in your heart, your hands is gonna get to working on it. But when you're ambidextrous or bipolar or half-hearted, which means basically half of you got two sides. And we know we got the left ventricle and the right ventricle. We got the left arteries and all of that, left side brain. Okay, everything is dual. But God is saying that if you don't stay in single, you're going to have some problems. Anytime both of your hands is touching something, it's a problem. Anytime your heart ain't set on one thing or the other, it's a problem. And every time you got a double mind or bi-mind or two-minded person, it's a problem. Multiples is not good, is what he's showing me when it comes to certain things. You hearing this? Double-minded, double-hearted, double-handed. No. The people who sit in church and never change. 30 years ago, you knew when you saw them as a kid they was going to turn their nose up. And when you went back, and you was 40, they did the same thing, old and all. Who started watching, did anybody get a chance last night to go and watch The Wheel of Time? A double-minded person is unstable all their ways, and a person that got their hand in everybody's pot, you can't trust them. And if you don't know where you stand, I can't fool with you. 1 minute you over here with them, then you over here with me, then you talking to them, then you talking to me, and you are, don't do the middle people. I did, coach. Yes. Okay. So did anybody see the dark spirits? Did y'all see it? Did y'all also see when he was in the cage and the boy looked at him, those familiar spirits connected, and nobody else could see the demon, but he could? The madness. Did y'all see it? Demons know each other just like we do. They're brothers. But they are giving you a physical representation of what mental illness looks like. It is very real. The power that those spirits give them is real. This is why most mentally ill people have supernatural power, because they are demons that are inhabiting their mind and inhabiting their body to give them that. I hope when y'all be watching this, y'all watching from a spiritual sense, from everything that we have studied and read, because God is allowing us to see how it works. I don't get scared when I watch movies, but listen to me. Every time I see them beings that they created, I just think, God, you was about to let this come out of the earth? What is we gonna do? Because he said at the end times, those beings were going to come back to help destroy the earth the same way they did right before he flooded it. And now we seeing giants and dragons. And so them other things that's coming too. Have y'all noticed how they legs look exactly like the dog animal hybrid stuff that was on the Rock's movie, the Scorpion King and all of that? They all about the same height too. Their swords look familiar as well. So how is it that all of these dark beings that's coming out all stand about 2 to 6 feet bigger and they got Y'all do realize that we are literally watching what we read in this story. This person has had to have read all or seen it. I'm saying that it means there's an extra entity there. Yes. That's what the chemical imbalance is. It could be something that you never forgave. It could be a hurt that you won't let go of. And that chemical imbalance is that spirit gets to attach to you like a leech. And over time, they put so many of their whatever's in your body that it starts to take an effect. Spiritual first and then into the physical. Like at first, cancer, you can't see it when it starts in the cellular region. But once it starts to take complete effect, you can see it on the outside of the body. Demons get to stay and play in your mind when you don't forgive or let go. They get to stay. So if you say, I'm never going to forget something, I'm never going to forgive something, then you just opened your mind and your body up to as many demons that can pile in. This is where multiple personality disorder comes from. This is where DID comes from. There was trauma, and it has not been healed yet, so the demons just get to keep piling in as much as they want to. What do? You ask God to show you what you haven't let go of, or the door that they're using to get in. Okay. So we was going to go that way. But let's go this way. Who got this book? You can download it. Go on and grab it. Why did you not turn it on? Okay? Fred and Ida Mayhem, and not the Fred him in this scene. These is old white people. I don't even know if they're alive still. Okay. So we're going to go here. Look. It's already up there. Right? Okay? So listen to this. It says, demons are identified according to their nature. A demon of hate is called hate. Each demon is a specialist. A hate demon does not foster lust. He only promotes... This is not what I want to read. I want to read about... Hold on. Give me 1 second. It's been a long time since I read this whole book. I used to know where the pages was. There we go. 33. All right. You guys ready for some story time? If you have this book, go to... But I don't know what it's going to be. It's How Demons Enter, chapter 5. So whatever book you have, because there's different versions and the pages are different. All right. Here we go. Here goes some story time for y'all. Okay? It says, demons are evil personalities. multiple personality disorder. Write that down. Demons are personalities. And this is why each personality has a different voice, a different name, and a whole different life, because they are a whole personality. That's the first sentence. And what is mental illness most times? Multiple personalities. Did y'all highlight that? Demons are evil personalities. Y'all got it? Uh-oh. Okay, here we go. They are spirit beings who've been here longer than we have. They are the enemies of God and man. Their objectives in human beings are to tempt, deceive, accuse, condemn, pressure, defile, resist, oppose, control, steal, afflict, kill, and destroy. That's a lot of work. Okay? Look at this. Demons enter through what? Open doors. Let's get the chalkboard, shall we? Let's go on and bust it down. I think we shall. It's a good day for it. We're going to try to use this old one real quick because I don't feel like cleaning that one. So if it don't do what it's supposed to do, just bear with me. It might not come off. Okay. Ooh. Damn it. Just broke the dang thing again. This ain't the new one. Just know this is not the new one. It's not the new one. Don't worry about it. Okay. You sent all them erasers, Auntie? Yes, I got bricks on top of bricks on top of bricks. Is you the one that... I said, yeah. You did that? Right here. Uh-huh. We don't need no more erasers. I got about 7,652 of them. Okay. So look. Ooh. This, I hope y'all ready. I just hope y'all ready. This is why class is good. Oh, come on now. Y'all know I'm an example type person here, so just bear with me. Okay? All right. Let's go, class. Ooh! Look here. So, childhood. I know it's called adolescence, but we just gonna put teen years and grown. Oh, shoot. Well, Auntie, I guess we'll use one of your things today. How about that? We're gonna do it. Boom. Okay. See, these are messed up. That other stuff ain't coming off. It's okay. We just gonna put grown years. Okay? Alright. Are we ready? Is y'all ready? Here we go. Doors. For childhood. Neglect. Rejection. Abuse. Mental abuse, physical abuse, Okay? Mental, physical, and y'all know the others. Emotional. Oh no, that's that. Okay? Instability. What about being forced to do drugs as a kid? Because there are people that force their kids to do drugs as a child, like under 6. Drug addiction early. Okay? So we just gonna stop there. Now, if any of these things have carried over, let me show you. Okay? So they started out as neglect. So you know what this translates into in your teen years? Most time, promiscuity. Neglect and rejection. We ain't even got to abuse. Promiscuous, because you didn't receive. If I didn't spell that right, it's fine. Just look over it. Okay? So neglect and rejection, boom. Promiscuous. What does this lead to in your grown life? Shame. More abuse, because you want somebody to love you, so you stay. No. Regrets. Ooh. Jealousy, because you don't know if they really love you or not. Controlling. Addictions. To try to ease the pain of all the way back over here. Because some people become addicted to pain. They become addicted to abuse. Depression. That starts here too. It actually starts over here. But we just going to put it here because we normally see it a lot here in the teen years, right? Okay? So, we going to write down here, addicted to pain. Because you don't even realize that you become addicted to it. Self-sabotage. Ooh, self-sabotage. Ooh, shoot. Self-sabotage. And that starts here. Did I spell it right? Say that. Look, gone. Yeah, up till. Okay. I don't know if that's right. Taj. Whatever. We go sabotage. Come on, tell me. I can't even remember. Is that spelled right? Is it DGE? That's a shame, Circle. Is that spelled right? It don't matter. We know what we're talking about. Sabotage. We're just going to put it there. Y'all know what we're talking about? Minus the D. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Okay. So self-sabotage. Oh. Self-mutilation. Because a lot of these piercings, hate to tell y'all, is because you want to feel something. It's a different form of cutting. Did you know? It really is another form of mutilation when you start getting, because you want people to pay attention to other things and not who you really are. Not you tired of me? Okay. Somebody asked the question, how do they get rid of the bipolar? So we had to go all the way back to the doors. So now we gonna draw doors. This one gonna have a square door. This one is going to be a little bitty door with a low handle right there because it's for the kids. And this door is going to be a double door with a window on this side and a window on this side, and these in the middle. Okay. All right. Kid door, right? Teen door, grown folks door. Are we ready? Y'all ready? So, this is our little diagram, because it's other stuff, but we just did this short diagram here. So, childhood doorways could be neglect, rejection, mental and physical abuse, instability, drug addiction, and other types of abuse. That translates to, a lot of times, promiscuity, depression, self-sabotage, and self-mutilation. Okay? Which, in turn, turns into shame, more abuse, regret, jealousy, controlling addiction, and a whole host of other things. Okay? All right. Molestation, right. All of that. Okay? So, look. Now we go back to page 33. Because I wanted to, because somebody asked me a question. How does this stuff get in? And guess what? It can happen before birth. The same way that the Holy Ghost got into John the Baptist and Jesus. If mom is going through things, and if mom is around certain things, and if mom got doorways open that she is not healed, those things can enter the child before birth. Y'all done seen it in the movies when a woman will be pregnant and a witch will come up and touch her stomach. That's why I didn't let nobody touch my stomach. Because if they start chanting, they can call spirits into your unborn baby. They need them as young as they can get them. And people used to get offended, but I guarded my belly. I know about that, because if an evil spirit can get in, if the Holy Ghost can get in, I know that evil spirits mimic God. Yeah, before birth. If mom has not dealt with her abuse, like if it was sexual abuse or whatever as a child, neglect, if mom has not dealt with this, is a generational curse. And those spirits, okay, the Bible says, how can a thief or the robber get in unless he get past the strong man? The mother is the strong man to this child. So listen, the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. Babies can remember abuse, they said, from like they can, because this is why some babies come out and they be jerking and they wasn't on no drugs, because they feel everything mom feels. So if mom was depressed while she was pregnant, you can tell in that baby a lot of times. Babies, a lot of times, they won't cry. They won't make it like that. Baby know that they're not wanted, because that soul is just as old as yours. Babies feed off energy. Okay? They feed off energy. It's powerful, this whole thing. The devil knows it, and because we don't study, then we can't help nobody. Let's go. So it says demons are evil personalities. What is mental illness most times? Multiple what? Personalities. It's a whole bunch of people in there. Okay. It says demons are evil personalities. They are spirit beings. They are the enemies of God and man. Their objectives, we read that. So demons enter through open doors. They have to be given an opportunity. I'm going to run that back. They got to be given an opportunity. And what is the opportunity? Sin or pain or whatever. So they don't just jump in. There has to be an open door. This is why the Bible says, put on your armor and guard yourselves daily. Cover up all your holes. Don't go to bed with it mad, because guess what? Unforgiveness sure do let them. They run in with unforgiveness, honey. Ooh, they runs in with unforgiveness. Seem like it's one of the ringleaders, man. Because that's where murder, jealousy, all of that stuff come in under unforgiveness, bitterness, and... Honey, I know. Listen, like a vampire, come on. They got to be invited in. Demons do have to be invited in, exactly like vampires. Exactly. And this is why I tell y'all to anoint your doors and anoint the windows. Because no, you can't just walk in here. But if there ain't no covering over the door, this is why they put the blood over the door in Egypt and in other places. Because wherever the spirit of death or the demons saw the blood, they knew they wasn't welcome. They couldn't even step through the threshold unless you told them, come on in. And who was inviting the devil in their house? A lot of people, and don't even know it. Moving on, now that you know that there are fallen angels that's walking around looking just like us. This is why in all the scary movies it'd be a regular person and then their eyes go black, even like in Supernatural, because they look just like us. So there are people that we have run into that weren't even people. If the Bible say beware, because you never know when you entertaining an angel, it didn't say good or bad, it just said angel. And that means that they can look exactly like you. We know this because when Abraham was dying, he sat down, Michael, and was eating and everything he thought. And God said, no, I'm going to put a devouring spirit in your hand. Just like what we done seen in Men in Black, where somebody open up their hand and it's a whole, or Pan's Labyrinth. The thing had eyes in his hand, but we didn't see where they got mouths in their hand. That's a devouring spirit. So when you think that you're watching that person eat, even though you're sitting there, the food ain't even, it's going down their arm. We know this from the Testament of Abraham or whatever when he was getting ready to die. We know, and you said in anime too, okay. So we know that that's called a devouring spirit, and we've seen them in movies. We just didn't know what the name of it was, but now we know. It's the devouring spirit. In real life. He told him he had to go outside and use the restroom or whatever, and he was shot up to heaven that quick. And how many times have we met a person, looked, and then they was gone? Like, they couldn't even run that fast. There's no way they could have got down that street that fast. They was just right here. Because they didn't go down the street. They went up. And y'all done seen the video of the dude ascending in Africa, going up in that smoke thing. Y'all seen it. Well, where was all of this happening? What we was reading about? Over there. Over there. That's where it was happening. Over there. It get good to you, don't it? Y'all remember his dark materials? How did the angels come down? Y'all remember? And then they was stars watching everything that's going on. This is why the stars are going to be judged. And this is why Cyrus was named after Sirius. Or Sirius. And this is what the people over there with the claw feet, the bird folks that's still in circulation in Africa. I don't know where the book is. It's here somewhere, but I can't get to it. It's behind this thing somewhere. Anyway, moving on. Let's go. They said that they knew about Sirius B before anybody in the scientific community ever did. And they said because that's where their forefathers came from. Well, we believe that. Because guess who else has those, what is her name? Hathor, Isis? Don't she got them claw feet? She's in Africa. She was a harpy? She was? Are you sure? Yeah, I think she was. I think she's a harpy. What's her name? Isis was a harpy, wasn't she? Oh, there we go. Her was a bird person. Her was a bird person. Isis? What's her name? Is it Isis or the other one? Ain't this what they show us? Or no, about what's the Egyptian deity that got bird feet and wings? The chick. Ma'at. She got another name too. Isis. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's bust it down there. Here we go. All right. It says demons open through open doors. They have to be given an opportunity. There must be an opening. In other words, one does not pick up a demon by walking down the street and accidentally bumping in. Well, we don't know about that. Into one that's looking for a home. The organization of Satan's kingdom enables him to attack each one of us personally. There is not a person on the face of the earth who escapes his notice. He devises a plan to ruin and destroy each one. It is a sobering realization that you and I are definite targets of Satan's wiles. But how does he gain entrance? Now, before I read this was written by a very conservative organization of people. They was apostolic faith. They didn't wear makeup. They didn't wear pants. They covered their head. Like, it's just, so just remember that. This is written, but you just get the meat and spit out the bones. Okay? Yes, pigs in a parlor. Yes, and we on page 33, about to be on page 34. So just remember that, because some of it is religion. Some of it is religion, but we're going to take what we need and we're going to leave the rest, okay? Okay. The door for demons to enter may be opened by oneself through sins of omission and commission. In the 5th chapter of Acts, we read of a couple named Ananias and Sapphira, who, remember when we studied that? Y'all remember when we studied about? Y'all remember what happened? It says they sold their property. Dang, I done flipped all the way past it. They sold their property that they might get full proceeds for the benefit of the church. But they became covetous and decided to keep part of the money for themselves. In order to cover up their act, they perpetuated a lie. So not only are they covetous, but now they liars. But Peter received a supernatural word of knowledge as to what they had done. And Peter asked Ananias why he had opened himself up to the devil. But Peter said, Ananias, why has Satan filled thine heart to lie to the Holy Ghost and to keep back a part of the price of the land? Because of their sin, Ananias and Sapphira opened themselves to be filled with the spirits of covetousness, lying, and deceit. So there was 3 demons that came in because they made that one decision. Spooky. Here we go. One decision got them 3 demons apiece. Okay? It says, because of their sin, the same thing can happen to anyone who sins willfully. In the 5th chapter of Galatians, we find a list of 17 works of the flesh. They include the sins of adultery, fornication, witchcraft, hatred, wrath, strife, envying, murders, and drunkenness. Through my experience in deliverance, I have encountered demons that responded to each of these designations. What then is the relationship between the works of the flesh and the works of demons? When a man yields to temptation, he sins in the flesh. Through such sin, the door is opened for the invasion of the enemy. Then he has a compounded problem, the flesh and the devil. The solution is twofold. Crucify the flesh and cast out the demons. Hold on. Double heart, double mind, double-handed. Now, you not only got to deal with your flesh, you got to deal with the evil spirit too. I'm going to just stay in the house because I love y'all. I told y'all. I told y'all. Come on in. Come on in. I'm trying to find. Okay, y'all ready? Ooh, good morning, day. We in Pigs in the Parlor. If you have it, page 34. Here we go. Y'all ready? See, this is what the devil don't tell you. Come on. It says, a classic example of the door being opened by sin of omission is the failure to forgive. In the case of the unjust steward in Matthew 18, he was turned over to the tormentors because he was unwilling to forgive his fellow servant after he himself had been forgiven by his master. I gotta go to the bathroom. So when you don't forgive, you're literally turned over to the tormentors. Would you like to know who the tormentors are? The tormentors are the people that you saw speaking in old boys' ears. And if you've ever seen the movie Ghost, those shadows. And he's like, no, 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 no. Right? Yeah, we didn't see people that's been turned over to the tormentors, yes or no? You didn't see them out in the store fighting off stuff that ain't nowhere around them and, oh, get off of me, leave me alone, no, what? And you like, what the hell, ain't nothing on you? They've been turned over to the tormentors. You hear me? They'll say, what you say? Hear babies crying, all kinds of stuff. When you won't forgive, that's why they say forgiveness is for you, not the other person. Because you're going to be tormented in your mind. Thinking about it. It's going to control you. It's going to consume you. No, because all you got to do is forgive and they don't get to stay in the doorway. You got to evict them. You got to get them out. And the only way to do that is to forgive, because then they don't have a key to the door anymore. Your sin, unforgiveness, bitterness, jealousy, lying, hate, theft, promiscuity, all of that allows, those are the keys. You give them a key every time you say, I'm willingly going to sin. And when you don't study to know what is sin and what is not sin, then you're doing this the sins of omission because you didn't know it was wrong, but it's still a sin. And you still going to be punished because you didn't study, because God told you study to show that self-approved, so you can know what I like and what I don't like. It's still your fault. Oh, if I don't know, I can't be judged. Lies. Have you ever heard of a sin of omission? I'm going to need you to study that. Because God gave you the knowledge. He put the knowledge around you. You didn't want to learn. You made a choice even in that. And so then he got to make a choice, because it's sins of omission and commission. So then the ones you knew and the ones you didn't, but you're still going to be judged. Maybe not the same punishment, but it's still a punishment for it. So take it to your grave. Never forget and all of that and holding on to stuff. That's why you bitter. This why you angry. This why you always irritated. This is why, because you holding on to stuff, and so the demons get to hold on to you. They there and don't even pay rent to live in your mind. They live in rent free. Demons live rent free. And in your body. Because a lot of times when God called a sickness out of a person, he cast the demons out first. Because demons bring sickness. We know this from Solomon. One demon causes. Okay. So not only think about what we read, y'all. Think about what we read. In hell, it's going to be torment and torture. Torture is of the body. Torment is of the mind. Now, when you don't forgive, God turns you over to the tormentors, and then you start to torture your own body most times, because that's when people start self-mutilating and doing things to hurt themselves. So then we know that the spirit of torment here It's still two. Everything we seeing is two. Double-handed, double-minded, double this, double that. And God said, you better be single. In mind. Now that we know, well, we knew, that demons are evil personalities, and even our doctors agree that mental illness is multiple personalities. And DID, I told y'all, is a new word for legion. It's a nice word of saying they got a legion of demons in them. Back in the day, they was called the demoniac. Because anytime that you got all of them people living in you, and it's only you, and we know that evil spirits, okay, y'all can call it what you want to, but even if you go study this stuff, demone, sorry. But if you go look it up, demonic is the way it's spelled. You just let me know. Come here, little demon. Come here, little demon. For real. Demoni but it's demonic. No, for real. And guess what? I'm getting to the money. Demonic. The love of money is the root of all evil, and demonic. Demonic. I hope y'all paying attention. I'm getting to the money. I'm getting to the demons. I'm getting to the root of all evil. The love of it all. Demon, daemon, daemoni. Demon didn't used to be spelled with an E. It used to be spelled with an A or A-E. Look it up. Matter of fact, I think I got something I could just show you. A few things, I think. Where are you? Here somewhere. No, it's gotta be up here. Ah. I do not want you to go get these books. I mean, you grown, but they got real spells and stuff in them, so I wouldn't suggest. Ooh. So it might not be, they might not have it in this. Oh, that's where it is. Thank you, God. I'm like, I'm looking in the wrong place. He's so good to me. I'm like, where is it? It's not in that book. It is in. Yeah, that's a spell book. I was in the wrong one. Ah. Are you ready? Look it. Told you. You see it here? And look, Agrippa. Oh. Y'all see it? Damani. Hey, baby. Ain't this crazy? Told you. So, but I did want to go back and show you this, though. You remember how everybody was talking about their third eye before they came over here? And then I got to go to the bathroom. I'm going to go to the bathroom. But just remember, third eye. Y'all remember all y'all was talking about y'all third eye and stuff? I got something to read to you. As soon as I get back, just hold that thought. I got to pee. I'll be right back. Just hold that thought. Hold it, hold it. Ooh, sorry. Y'all know I be having 18,000 cups and stuff. Okay. Is we ready? Is we ready? Is you ready? Everybody remember your third eye experience trying to transcend and stuff? I got something for you. And this is out of the Lesser Key of Solomon, which is a spell book to encant demons and bring them up to your life. That higher power y'all be talking about, the light being that comes down into you and you get this charge of energy. I'm about to show you where that come from. Y'all ready? Okay. All right. Okay. So it says, English children pace the Education Act. Did you hear? English children, the Education Act. Why would that part of it be in a spell book? Don't we know about some education acts? No Child Left Behind, and those are educational acts. Oh, okay. Are taught that the universe lies in infinite space, Hindu children in the Akasa, which is the same thing. Those Europeans who go a little deeper from the Fitch, that the phenomenal universe is the creation of ego. Hindus or Europeans studying under Hindu gurus are told that by Akasa, is meant the Chitakasa. The Chitakasa is situated in the third eye in the brain. By assuming higher dimensions of space, we can assimilate this fact to realism, but we have no need to take so much trouble. So it's talking about that, right? Talking about your third eye. But what happens when you do that? You give the rank of spirit control over your mind. Do you see this? The combination of all these reflection on their significance, the unusual impressions, produce unusual brain changes. You mean like a chemical imbalance in your mind? Yes. So the doctors tell us that mental illness or anything over a single mind is mental illness. Okay? And it's a chemical imbalance. And as soon as you start letting demons inhabit your body, there is a chemical process that happens in your mind. Where did I learn that at? I learned that too in the Testament of, Testament of Solomon. Remember? Oh, excuse me. The brothers of Joseph. Because as soon as the brother of Joseph hated him or whatever, it said he didn't even see right. None of his thoughts was right after that. It don't matter what he was thinking about. It was all wrong. Yep, the Jacob experience. Yep. Listen here. Not Jacob, I'm sorry, Joseph, his sons, though. If you go and you read the 12 patriarchs, every time they made a decision in their mind to open their third eye, they literally opened themselves up to demons to inhabit them. Now, this is a spell book. This is a spell book. The Testament, the Lesser Key of Solomon. Do not go by this. It is a real spell book. But the first thing they tell you in this book, look at here. Control over the brain in detail. Rank or type of spirit. Control over a special portion of the brain. The name of the spirit. The spirits of the Goetia are portions of the human brain. Y'all see it? Look it. Control one of the special portions, name of the spirit. Control over the brain in detail, rank and type of spirit. Isn't most of our medicine named after demons that we found? Remember we looked up most of the medicine names? We would look up the demon's name and the medicine would come up? Okay. It says these unusual impressions produce unusual brain changes. Hence their summary is of unusual kind. Unusual. Its projection back into the apparently phenomenal world is therefore unusual. Herein then consists the reality of the operations and effects of ceremonial magic. Evil spirits are disembodied spirits of the fallen angels and their children who started magic on earth, and that's when it became black magic. Even our white magic here, what they call white magic, is black magic because we was never supposed to use any of it. White or black, we was never supposed to use it. So as soon as you start touching in rocks and using stuff, there is a chemical process that changes in your body because now there is a demon that has inhabited you. Possession. Soon as you get to playing with your mind, baby, they gonna play with your mind. And now you're not in your right mind. There's a chemical imbalance because there is a demon that is now inhabited you. So it's throwing your body off. It's a parasite. And they're feeding off of you. So when you don't close the door to your childhood, when you don't close the door and forgive the people that hurt you in your teen years, you become addicted to pain. And guess what? You keep all these doors open so they can go in and out like a whole house. Because they using you and ain't giving you nothing, but you getting ran through. Breaking your relationships with your family members, jobs, people you love, because they going to tear it up every time because they hop in and out of you as they want because the doors is open. That's why 1 minute a mentally ill person be them and then they be somebody else. They call them trigger words because that demon is tied to that emotion. So whatever demon is tied to that emotion comes to the surface. Hate, bitterness, abuse. Whew. Oh, you called me? Oh, don't come over here because we ain't getting healed from none of that. Get away from me. Get away from us. Get away from her. Leave us alone. Folks get to talking about in plural mind. Oh, no, I got to go. We, she, us, they, we all. Who the hell is we all? And it's only you over there, nigga. All of us in here. Oh, all of us, plural. What about the crystals? It's divination. And the moment you start using them to learn the future, to protect you, to bring you money, you have now opened yourself up to demons. Period. The moment you sit an idol in front of you and give it some food, you have opened your mind up to demonic possession. That's why you got to start doing more. So at first it was rocks and bracelets. Now you got to start mashing up some herbs and whatnot and sitting up under the moon and getting ceremonial knives and candles. And then you need to take something life. You need some blood. You need some teeth. It's always more because those demons have an insatiable appetite and they like anything that God hates. Anything that's nasty. Yeah, they do. And the ancestors, a lot of times, these ancestors is the fallen angels' children. Y'all know we did that already. We already did that thing. All the Anunnaki gods and the Orisha and all of these are other names for the Assyrian and Babylonian children that were the gods or kings in y'all Bibles that had supernatural abilities and dealt in witchcraft and had animal faces and human bodies. Because they were reprobates, the bastards. These are the bastards and the reprobates that God was talking about. That loved everything filthy, blood, and anything that God didn't like. This is them. The union that came from Genesis 6, when the sons of God not only went into the women, they went into the animals as well. This is why God had to destroy the earth. And if you are watching a Wheel in Time or a Wheel of Time or whatever it is, you will see those beings and see how they are to humans. And they are not pretty. And it said that they was monsters. We read that in the Book of the Giants and Enoch, in the Dead Sea Scrolls. We read it here. We done read it in Jasher. That they started miscegenation, which is the mixing of all the species. That's in the 9th chapter of Jasher, between the 4th and the 9th chapter of Jasher, that they mixed the species, human included. You mean what they doing now in the labs? Making sure growing human ears on rats and pigs and having them incubate our babies and using cells from them to do this and that. You mean that kind of miscegenation? Putting pig hearts in people and pig knees in people and stuff. You mean that to make sure? See if it rejected, it won't, because they are our lineage. Because, yeah, our body don't reject it because it's already been there before. It's already in our DNA. That's how these subcutaneous horns and stuff is showing up. The vestigial tails, the mermaid, the cybernomidia, which is the legs fused together with the fins, all the polydactyly and syndactyly, double rows of teeth, 6 fingers, 6 toes, and the list goes on. Hypertrichosis, which is werewolf syndrome, where body, these are DNA, because these things done already been in here. The earth was destroyed, but the DNA wasn't. It passed over with Noah, his sons, and everybody else that was on the boat. So boom, here we are. And those things, those genetic markers are still showing up that what God said happened is true. That at one point in time, humans were mixed with animals and there were monsters created and they were destroying the earth. Just like we saw in that show. When them things came down, they was eating, burning, killing. Exactly what we saw. The humans. You remember what we read in Og and all the other stories? And then you remember what we read in the Bible. All of the people that were coming and eating flesh and all that kind of stuff, they didn't tell you it was the giants and these beings. They told you without telling you. But if you don't go study who the Amalekites was and all of that, the Jebusites, the Zamzummans, the Anunnaki, and actually look at how they depicted, they said, oh, they depicted them that. No, that's exactly how they looked. Old girl had a puma face and a human body. Hathor, or whatever her name is. No. Because the angels didn't only go into the women, they went into the animals as well. And some of the angels we know have human features. So they're humanoid. Because God is the only one that can create humans, and he did that. And anything that is mixed with that is a humanoid. Now, we know these things existed. And like I told y'all, the disembodied spirits are the children, the spirit, because when the angels came down and slept with the women, for those of you that don't know, they thought they were making the immortals. That's why they were called that. And God said, yep, nope, I'm only going to give everybody this long after a certain amount of time, because y'all just get more and more evil. So then what I'm going to do is, I'm going to flood this bad baby and start over. All of your petrified trees, petrified giant snakes, all those faces that look too good to be carved, they got the veins in the arms, they were real beings. Your Titans and your Anunnaki and all of those guys. Yeah. So when you read about the flood, you're reading that because, and right in your Bible it say that it was giants on the earth at that time and all of that. And then it say the earth had to be flooded right after. Yep. So the insatiable appetites of the Titans, the Anunnaki, and these are all the people that Israel was having to fight. That's why they was always scared. This is why you go and you read in Joshua, it says we are as grasshoppers to them and they see us as such. Well, if he's a normal 6 foot size man, we'll say, how big does a man have to be for him to look like a grasshopper to him? 450 feet tall, maybe, like the land of Canaan and Jericho was giants lived there. You can look it up for yourself. Most of the races of people, the Zamzummans and all of these people that were coming against Israel was because they were the races of the giants and they were monsters, and that's why they were scared. And because they was big as hell. Real life. And what happens is when they died, because their fathers a lot of times were angels, they thought that they was going to go back, and God said, no, I'm going to trap them here. So the disembodied spirits are the spirits of the fallen angels' children. They're trapped here. And they hate us. They was hating us when they was alive. They made us kill ourselves. They made us mutilate ourselves. They made us kill our children. They was eating us, making us eat flesh, making us do magic. And now they're here, and those are the spirits that's whispering in your kids' ears, and your ears, and your husband and your mama. And y'all want to call them y'all ancestors. They not my ancestors. I don't want nothing to do with them. The Amazon women were just descendants of these people. But at one time, they were giantess. We know that. There's giant women right now. There's giant women right now. This don't go up here. That's okay. We're just gonna put it there. Yeah, the boss. Yep. He's in this book, if I'm not mistaken. That's the name that's in there. So, now that you know that now you understand why forgiveness is for you, because you basically, bitterness, regret, anything that you hold on to, pigs in a parlor. It's just all the books I have put together. The Sefer is just the whole book. It's the same. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't let go, you let demons have a revolving door, and over time it'll be mental illness. And even the witchcraft people say, yep, soon as a demon comes into your body, it's a chemical imbalance. Something happens in your mind. There's an actual physical change. So the doctors, God, and the Satanists all agree that as soon as the entity gets into your body, there is a chemical imbalance. Ain't that crazy that everybody says the same thing? Narcolepsy and coma run together. Narcolepsy and coma run together. Because the spirit knocks you out so you can't hear a lot of times. Like God might be trying to give you a message and they'll shut you down. Yeah, I know somebody that has narcolepsy, and it's so crazy because whenever it's important conversations that this person needs to hear happening, spirit will knock them out. Because they want you to hurt yourself, just like driving. If the spirit come, they ain't used to driving no car right now. If epilepsy comes from a spirit inhabiting you and sitting on your stomach and making you foam at the mouth, and we know that it's in the Testament of Solomon. The demon that causes it was the murder demon. He said, I sit on men's stomach and push them to the ground and make them foam at the mouth and bite their tongue and all of that. Demons cause sickness. Period. Oh, they were born with it. Well, did mom have an issue she still ain't resolved that she ain't told nobody about? Dad, the Bible says the sins of a father affect the children. So people forget that too. And that's mama and daddy. That ain't just daddy. This is how generational curses get to stay. Because the demons don't have to leave. Because they say, oh, our family always been like that. Oh, yeah, so we don't got to leave. We going to be here a while. They like us here. They just accepted us. And the trauma and the pain and the chaos that we bring. That's why they don't want you to forgive your grandma, your cousin. That's why I keep telling y'all. I mean, I will talk about my childhood trauma. And I'm not going to lie and say that there don't be emotions attached to it. But it ain't overtaking my life to where it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got to go. Me and my mama had some words yesterday. And the other day, and I texted her and said, hey, I didn't mean to yell at you. I said, but there are things that need to be cleared up. Period. Because if they're not cleared up effectively, this stuff going to keep happening. And I'm not staying right here with nobody. I'm not about to be miserable, unhappy for nobody. Because I like having a sane mind. I like this being okay. And that's why we work on coloring and painting and gardening and wearing comfortable clothes and worrying about what you say so that your mind can be okay. How many people have gotten off anti-anxiety medicines or whatever? It's a lot of people that don't take all that medicine no more. And it don't make you better. It always make you worse. Oh, like when you let one demon in, he brings 7 worse, and it says that the man's situation is worse off than it was in the beginning. Oh. So then pharmakia or magic and witchcraft is living up to his name. Because the word pharmacy means spell, incantation, witchcraft, or poison. Come on. So if medicine, pharmacy, means magic and incantation, I just showed y'all in that Testament of Solomon, that's what they were, I mean, the Lesser Key of Solomon, they were doing incantations to bring demons up or from another place. And as soon as they did that, so that's why we don't channel. Another word that's similar to channel is canal. Something got to come through there. It's an opening. Turn the channel. Now you got you got the cooking channel, you got the this channel, you got the that channel, and it's all telling you a vision. When you channel, when people channel, they want something from somewhere else to come to them. What am I going to channel into my mind today? This was why the Bible said cover your eyes and your ears and watch what you are letting into your I be trying to tell y'all, it's so much stuff in these notes that we could go over. I just got to find it. Listen, it's so much bigger and deeper. This is why the Bible said, go deeper in the Word to get programmed, to be receptive to the things that God don't want you to have. How do they get you addicted to Coca-Cola? They just keep showing it to you with the water dripping down and somebody drinking it on a hot day. How do they get you addicted to gluttony? They show you food commercial after food commercial after food. How do they do that? How do they make you a shopaholic, which is excessiveness? God doesn't like that when you just have stuff just to be having it. What do? They just keep showing you new stuff to buy. How do they make you get into a lustful situation? They keep putting sexual things. They use sex to sell butter. Ooh, la la la. You don't see their faces, but everybody know what they was thinking about when they was hands crawling. You ain't talking about smearing no butter. All of these innuendos are referring to something else. To sell butter, get some damn kids to slap some butter on that bread, and let what they supposed to say. Mom, ain't no more jelly. Why we ain't getting that? Why we getting the candle lit? Who the hell smearing butter on the dinner on the? Nobody. Nobody. They use sex to sell hamburgers. Grandma come in, who using all my damn but right. I got a question real quick. Who learned something today? In our 84 minutes of being on here. Do it look like we're going on 2 hours? We be on here forever. You still want to hold on to stuff that happened to you and keep reminding people? You want to keep that emotion? You want to keep your doors open for everybody to come in? Mm-hmm. Forgiveness is for you so you're not turned over to the tormentors. Remember that. You the one that ain't going to be at peace and crazy. This is why the Bible said forgiveness for you. Because if you don't forgive, the same people that came to get old boy and Ghost is coming for you. That's the dark spirit you be seeing, tripping. Waking up, feeling like somebody in the room with you. The tormentors is messing with you. They in there tormenting your kids so you can't sleep, waking them up. Now everybody in the house tormented and tortured. Kids scared. Oh, yes. Because once you let them in, they get to torture everybody in the house. I mean, if you let a burglar in, they got access to everybody. Unless they behind the locked door. And if they got the right tools, then they got access to everybody. Monsters Inc. Exactly. The doors, the demons get in and they can only go, ooh, didn't they tell us? And did. The monsters couldn't get to the kids unless they had the right door. And the only way for the monsters not to get back through was to shred the door. Lock and key too, yep. And they gave the boy the key, didn't they? The spirit kept calling him to that well or whatever. I haven't even watched it all the way through. Listen. Everybody over there like, God dang it, I'm about to watch the rewatch. And do, please do. Our TV screens are black mirrors. They're scrying mirrors. Or, what's it, crystal ball? Do you say, hey Siri or hey Google? It used to be mirror, mirror on the wall, show me. Now they just shortened it to hey Siri, hey Alexa, or hey Google, or hey Bixby. Yeah, these are scrying mirrors. Mirror, mirror on the wall, wouldn't it always be black? And then it'll show her what she want to see. Would your screen be black? And then if I say, hey Siri, it's going to light up. And I'm going to see whatever I want Siri to show me. Alexa the same way. Bixby, okay Google, show me what I want to see. And do you see it no matter where it is? I don't fool with cats. They are spiritual beings, and that's why I don't have none of them. Because you ain't about to be going back and forth between the spiritual world around me. You stay over here. Don't see, there go that double thing again. Oh, hell no. You stay over here. Because witches use they use cats mainly for their damn familiars. You ain't about to be going over there. How many times have we seen a cat be in a person's house and then they go right to where the witches is and be talking to the witches, telling the witches everything? Oh, hell no. I don't do cats. Y'all do what you want to. I don't want no animals for real. I'm going to be honest. I know they be telling you who's around, but because listen, because people can cast their spirits into animals. Witches. Caroline. Come on, that's my daughter's favorite movie. Coraline. She will watch that movie every day. And she grown, 21, and will still, she probably be sneaking and watching it on her phone at work. Taking a baby's breath, yep. My mama told me that when I was young, that because they smell the milk and they smother the babies. That's the main reason I didn't do no cats, because I had a baby at 16. And they too sneaky. They just, I ain't knocking nobody because everybody love their cats. I got buddies that got a whole bunch of them. I got a buddy that's really a cat lady. She had a whole bunch of them just running around her house. About 10 of them, I think. Maybe more. A black cat tried to jump on you when you was pregnant? Oh, hell no. Yeah. And y'all got to think. Cats be shapeshifters. Right when I got ready to divorce my husband, a black cat ran in my room. My kids was going in. It was my daughter, her boyfriend, and my other daughter. And I used to sit out on the porch every morning, like when they would be going to get on the bus. But this day, they got a ride from one of her friends or whatever. So when he came in the door, the cat walked in right behind him and stood behind him and hid. And I thought I saw something coming. I'm like, what was that? And then the cat, he turned around and the cat shot towards my living room. That just happened in 2021. Or 2020, like the end of 2020, like October, summer, yeah. Mm-hmm. And my youngest daughter was the one that got him out. He ran straight, like, it was like 5:30 in the morning. Then there was another cat that used to come and sit on my porch and beg to get in. He would sit at the window every day for like 30 days. It was crazy. Yeah, I don't play that. Mr. Ninja, listen. Did I say all cats? Are you just here to like oppose or what? Because I just been noticing. Like, or did you wake up on the wrong side of the bed today? Do you need to go back to sleep? Are you being forced to be at work today? Or because it's too early in the morning. I've been seeing it. Just leave it. I didn't say all cats. Okay, well you didn't hear me say all cats. We're just talking about the regular house cats. And I didn't even say they was evil. I said, I think they're sneaky. And I said that witches use them to see through and stuff. I didn't say all cats ever. We're talking about a specific thing. I didn't even say they were evil. I said they are used by witches and a lot in the spiritual realm. She chased it out of my house. Anyway, so hopefully y'all learned something. I'm about to go find me something to eat. And I need to go get. There's a couple of things I gotta go get. So I'm taking a break this week. Okay. And hopefully this was a lot. But y'all got work to do. Because you need to figure out what doors are open in your life. And which ones you haven't closed, as to why mental illness is trickling down to your children, grandchildren. Because if you got the door open, okay, who watched Insidious? Did anybody watch any of the Insidiouses? Do y'all remember the little red door that the demons was filtering through, and they was getting closer and closer, and then they started swarming through that door? But what happened? A trauma had to happen to that little boy. What happened? Y'all remember what happened to the little boy in the beginning of the first movie? What happened? They moved into the house. He went upstairs. And the demon pushed him off the ladder. Trauma. Boom. He hit his head. He went into a coma. So coma, trauma, coma, two demons, boom. Then instantly, okay, the door was open in the spiritual realm for as many demons to try to be piloting this little boy. Because he was supposed to be in a catatonic state, but his brother kept saying, Bubby gets up at night. Bubby walk. Bubby don't walk. Bubby gets up. And then they put the camera up, and what was happening? The boy was walking even though he was in a coma because the demons was using his body. So trauma happened, coma came, and all the other demons was trying to get through the door. Yes, it is. I don't do shadow work. I don't want nothing with no darkness. The Bible talks about the demons being the shadows. You got to think about them words, honey. Why ain't you just journaling? Why ain't you just making records of stuff? I don't want nothing to do with no shadows. Nothing with darkness. I don't want. And everybody say, oh, it's this and that. Okay, well, you stay in the shadows. I'm trying to stay in the light. We ain't the same. I don't know who to slap. I love her. I don't know who to slap. Y'all better think that, look, who thought that ambidextrous meant deceitful? Or disingenuous? Or dishonest? Who thought that, and we've been taught that ambidextrous just meant two hands. So now you got to be careful even calling somebody you know ambidextrous, because that used to be a great thing. Yes, the synonyms for ambidextrous mean deceitful, disingenuous, playing both sides, not honest, untrustworthy. Like double-handed. But double-handed just means two people with two hands, or two hands using both. Because it's actually a sailor term. But I kept hearing double-handed, 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 double-handed. I'm like, what is double-handed? That means you got your hand in both pots. You talking to this one, but you talking to this one too. You acting like you saved over here, and then you act like you not over here. Lukewarm. We got there, didn't we? And all of those things allow demons to now enter your body. Like, it's just to hold you double-minded, double-hearted, double-handed. Two. Now you're bipolar. Because it's two minds, it's two entities controlling your body. The chemical imbalance has shown up. As soon as you sin willingly, you open yourself to the tormentors. Now think about this. People that commit crimes be real antsy and irritated. You want to know why? Because the demons are whispering in their ears. That's why they always be jumpy. And I ain't going over there, man, because this and this and this and this and this. Because you ain't right. And them demons is messing with you, telling you about to get caught. So you looking around. What you say? I didn't say nothing. No, I heard you say something, man. I'm about to go. Oh. The tormentors thing came? Now you looking out the windows. Now you worrying about when they coming to get you. But if you wouldn't have did the sin, the tormentors wouldn't have been let in your life. In The Conjuring, it started with a kid astral projecting in his sleep. That's how the door was open. Okay. The tormentors showed up. And sometimes if the tormentors get so crazy, you start to torture, which is physical acts on your body, yourself by pulling your hair out, cutting yourself, drinking yourself to death, hurting yourself. Acts 5 says Peter's shadow overshadowed the sick and healed them. But you get... How do you close the door? You close the door by asking God to show you where they're opened at, because there's stuff that you might not even remember. stuff that your parents might have made. Some parents make their kids steal. Some parents make their kids do all sorts of, there are people that are trafficking their children. Do you think those babies willing to be in those lustful acts? Do you think that's something that they want to be abused that way? No. Most of them don't even be knowing it's wrong when it's happening. So then that means that's a sin of omission that they were forced into by a parent. But those demons still get to take hold because the temple has now been involved in sin. This is why you got to watch what you're watching on TV with your kids. Watch grown movies when they're asleep and not when you're not thinking they're not paying no attention. Because the devil is literally going to draw them out of their room at the right time to see what you don't think that they saw. Put blocks on y'all TV. They wait just as good till you leave. That's why it be on there. Come on. You're not doing your part to cover them. Don't get mad at them and you're not covering them. It was no sex, nothing my kids could go look at once I found out about that Norton Anti. No. And like I told y'all, we only had DVDs and I had watched every last one of them. So I already know it don't matter what they put in. They good. And we didn't have cable or nothing. So what you finding? You ain't finding nothing. Only what I already say you can watch. And I've already watched it all to see what's in there. And then if it's crazy, we already talked about it. Do your part to cover your children. They can have freedom to watch if you've already put up the... That's just like a baby in a playpen. Now they got the big floor ones. So the baby is free to run wherever they want to, flip, flop, cry, whatever. But within means, you're free within a certain parameter. But kids need parameters. Y'all let them do whatever, see whatever, say whatever, look at whatever. Oh, it's fine. No, it ain't. You're corrupting your damn baby because you can't be there all the time. Sitting up and letting your 2-year-old sit in your lap while you watching a sex scene. Why the hell are you doing that? And then you wonder why they turn around and try to kiss you in your mouth. And you're like, what are you doing? You just showed them what to do. And you can tell the kids, because they'll lay down. You'll be like, what you been doing? Hold on. What you done seen? Be trying to hold your face and stuff, like they just seen in the TV. Little, and they will know. So why are you watching videos and movies with your baby sitting in your lap while their eyes is absorbed, it's going into their brain? Okay. And I'm going to leave it at this. Elevator music. If elevator music don't tell you how quick it can happen, a commercial, you don't even know why you singing a song. You don't even know where you heard it from. You don't even know if you heard it at the grocery store or the radio, but now you singing words and you have to go Google to try to find the beat or whatever because you don't even know how it got in your mind. It happens that quick. So all your baby got to do is walk past and see 15 seconds or something, and it's then already burned in their brain. So it don't matter if they act on it now. At some point in time, they will because it's going to come to their memory. That's why we got shows like Kids Say the Darndest Things. No, they just say what they've seen and heard. They say what their parents say. They say what their grandma say. They say what their uncles and aunties and what the TV tell them to say. They don't say the darndest things. They say what they've heard and seen. It's just funny coming out of a little body. But that soul is as old as yours and as cunning as yours as well. All souls were created on the same day. Their body just ain't as old as yours. Their avatar. But that mind is old. That spirit is old. That's why they say, oh, they've been here before. Well, they was created the same day you was. All souls was created on the same day. Even the evil ones. They was all created the same day. So, you keep playing with these kids if you want to. It ain't. So, I love y'all. I'm about to go find me some food. We did our 105 minutes. Oh, I love you too, Miss Ida. I'm happy y'all love it here. It's a very interesting place. We learn a lot about everything, and everything just ties right back into everything we be studying. This is why I told y'all the stuff is not an exclusion, it's an inclusion. And then you actually get a real well-rounded view of what God be trying to say. Change your whole... Thank you. I got it at the Dollar Tree. And cut it in half, because y'all know I gotta be extra. So it's probably 20 people on here that got this same shirt, but I cut mine in half. All of them I got. I didn't cut them up the sides, cut them up the back. We got the same shirt, but it won't be the same. It will not be the same. We really study the world theology. We do. You bought me real good. Thank you. I love you. You know I love y'all. We can't get better if we don't deal with it. You got to lance it open to get the infection out. Sometimes you got to break stuff to make it better. Like a leg. Put it back so it can be stronger than it was. Are y'all still banned from sending me stuff? No, because I just said forget it. I'm just about to get rid of my couches and make the living room a storage area. But I did see a TikTok that made me sad, because I had just said something to y'all about that. And I don't know if it was a joke or not, but the dude went to the girl's house and she was a hoarder. And he was like, wait a minute, you live in here? He like, wait, but where your kitchen at? He said, that's your bedroom? It was stuff piled all the way up, thrown boxes everywhere. He like, she's yeah, come on, don't worry about it. This is going to be it. It was, I said, they don't want me to have a dude at all. They trying to make me, I said, I just said this, and then I just seen it. I said, I don't want people to look at me like that. That's why I be coming in here trying to feng shui stuff. I do know. So I guess I'm going to get rid of my couches, because don't nobody come over here anyway. So if they can, I guess they going to have to sit in here. I don't know. You said you got something little. A whole bunch of little things end up to big things. It's okay. Stuff under my bed, stuff out, it's fine. I'm just going to get rid of my couches and put shelves in there. My living room is just going to be full of shelves. That's it. That's all I got. I didn't put shelves up as much shelves as I can put in here. Listen, okay. That whatever you want to do. Listen. I don't know. I should be asking you that. The Bible says, man, if find a wife, he go and get a place prepared for her first. So I should be asking you, do you got room for me? You find a wife, and then he go buy the land and do what he's supposed to do and prepare a place for her to come and be. So, you got room for me? Because I got a lot of stuff. I got a whole bunch of stuff. Hubby think he's slick whenever I want to buy you something. He says she don't need nothing and don't. Thank you, brother. Look, he got my back. He got my back. He said she don't need nothing. She say it all the time. Listen. And I'm getting better about telling y'all what I want. Right? It took me about a year and a half really to tell y'all what I wanted. Like to ask y'all for stuff and say, okay, can y'all buy me this? And then y'all laughed in my face. I still ain't forgot that. I just want y'all to know that. Y'all know that? I still ain't forgot that y'all laughed in my face. Talking about, we thought you was about to Say buy you a car or a house or something, a PlayStation. I can't. I said no. You said and did, yeah. That's all in my face. My hubby building an extra room in my house for me. That's what I'm talking about. Come on with that, cause I need my own space. You said please forgive us. No. I said not that they laughed in my face. I said it's big, y'all, cause it was to me $600, $500 and some change plus the controllers and stuff. That's a lot of money for me to spend on one thing. You know how many things I could buy at the Goodwill with that? Like what? No. But I'm grateful. I finally beat my giant too. I bust him up. Ooh, I was so happy I finally got past him, because goodness, I had to turn the little difficulty level down though. I'm a first. I see CERCA be jumping in just big. I ain't about to. I don't need it. I can do it. And then leave like this. Well, I thought I could. I guess I'll try again tomorrow. I gotta start small. Listen, I finally beat him. Yes. Almost listen. I got the VR. I did get it. Daniel, I got it for the low for $200 on Amazon. I got the whole VR system for $209. Like, flat. Because I got the refurbished head things. And I got my 2 wands. Yes, I am improving my skills. Yes. Top of the hour. I got it for $200. Everything though. The camera, the wands, the headset, the game. Iron Man. Oh, okay. Yeah. And did. Ain't no sense in paying all that. Silver Fox still waiting though. Who's the Silver Fox? I like mature now. Let's see what you get, because these Silver Foxes is getting these young men a run for their money, and they know how to, you know what I mean? You ain't got to tell them. They pay attention. Because they don't want to hear your mouth, so they just go, yes, mama. Okay, mama. Into they already pay attention. They know what you need. You ain't even got to ask, because they want you to be ready. You hear me? You ain't going to give them no problems. When they want what they want, they gonna make sure all your needs is met. You ain't got to be stressed about no bills, no food, no kids' shoes, nothing, honey. Because when they say, hey, daddy need to see you, that's exactly what they mean. Stop what you're doing. I already know your stuff is taken care of. You can't give me no excuse. I already did took care of it. Come here, girl. All my baby daddies is old. And is damn near old enough to be my daddy. That's funny. Because we talked about it, and my grandson's grandfather is older than his mother's grandfather, but they're only 2 months apart. Ain't that crazy? So his granddaddy is older than his mama's grandpa, but only by 2 months. How is your grandpa older than your mama grandpa? And is they 2 months apart. So his granddaddy and his great granddaddy, I'm guessing. Wait a minute. Yeah. Granddaddy and his great granddaddy is the same age. Well, mine's 8 years older than me. Listen. And is Silver Fox with locks grow necklace now. Oh, shoot. One just 2 months older. Yeah. Her son's grandfather is 2 months older than her grandfather, my daughter. So my grandson's granddaddy is older than his great granddaddy. Your dad was older than your grandfather. Mm-hmm. And is. Mine's 8 years older too. Damn. Mine is 9 years younger than me. Your grandfather? That's about how it's going to be with these grandkids. I told you. I said, what y'all got to do if y'all stepdaddy 31? They said, at this point, he's a brother. Okay, well. All right. I'm just saying. Grandpa and your uncle 2 years apart. And is. Mm-hmm. Here's Uncle Alvin. And say hi to Papa. Listen. Listen here. All my kids got kids my age. They brothers and sisters is my age. 2 years younger, 3 years younger, 4 years younger. All my kids got a sibling that's less than 4 years younger than their mama. Some of them the same age. Like, same exact age. I think my daughter has a brother that's 43. Yeah, I'm sure of it. And I know my other daughter, I was born in 80. Her sister was born in 82. So, all of their siblings is old enough to be their parents. My guy and my mom only 5 years apart. Exactly. It be like that sometimes. Shoot. It be like that. Life be lifing. And you don't know who you gonna be lifing it with. So you said my mom and daddy be on go. I'm telling you. Older men do hit different. Some of them, not all of them, because some of them just old fools. And some young men hit different. My mama married younger. And it worked out for her. I just be nervous. My mama married younger. And I be nervous. I be nervous to marry younger. I be nervous because you don't know. I don't want to be wiping your nose and stuff. Trying to get outside to play with your friends. Do you even know how to cook? Tasia, listen. Listen here. Listen. But I want to go outside. But my friends are going to be there. You sit down. Have a seat. You're not going outside. No, we got things to do. You said I trained them the way I wanted them. I thought about that. But it's the training part that I don't want to do, man. I thought about it because they're easily be impressionable. I mean, you know. You got to do is get them to call you mama one time and you good after that. You ain't going to have no more problems. I just don't want to do it. I done trained enough folks in life, period. I just don't. In my 20s, I had the energy. I want you to come already packaged. I don't want no parts of it. I don't want to train nobody. And don't. Some things I have to teach you about me, but to train you, oh, Jesus. Been there already. I don't want no parts of that. No. So, I love y'all. I'm about to go. Y'all got work to do this week. This week, doors. Doors. Doors, 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 doors. What doors don't you have the keys to that you have given to somebody else that you need to take back? so they cannot come in and out of that door as they want to. You hear me? Hmm? Now not next Monday, maybe like I don't know, maybe Thursday or something. I'm just getting my own life together. Relaxing my mind because we about to go into the winter, which means we probably gonna have a lot longer classes because y'all gonna be sitting still. So just preparing my mind for the winter time, kind of trying to see which way we about to go and rearranging this damn house because I keep getting stuff in the mail. I love y'all. You slamming them all. You slamming all the doors like the kids. Don't come back or I'll kill ya! One of my nieces, when she was 3 years old, one of our cousins that came over, and I guess she called herself didn't like him. She was like 3. When they was walking out the door going to the car, we lived in Arizona. It's too funny. She ran to the door, opened the door. We thought she was about to say, we didn't know what she was going to say. She said, don't come back or I'll kill ya! Boom! And slammed the doors. And you've been watching too much damn Lion King. Literally. And ran to the backyard. I mean, what is you doing? You do not get to say that to people. All the kids be reciting their lines, and they seem to know when to do it, too. Funny. She was using her whole Muppet body with that boy and slammed the door. Crazy child. She's always been a kid that could see, though. See different things. She saw differently early. Love y'all. I'm about to go. Oh, that